I have opened the box, and as you can see, it is in pieces. And I never had a sofa that I had to put together. So this is going to be interesting. And so I do like the color. It is, it's a bright white, but it's really a creamy white. It's not a beige, but it's not a stark white. I really do like it. So I would describe it maybe like an ivory. So I'm gonna take these pieces out the box. I really do like it, the contrast up against the wall color. And so I'm happy thus far. So hopefully it's not that challenging putting it together. Okay, so I've taken out the side arms and the pillows of the sofa, and it looks like the back portion of the sofa is in the box. And it's not that heavy. So now what's at the bottom of the box are the cushions. So for the cushions, it looks like it is 3 parts, but it actually is not. It's actually one whole part that's made to look like the cushions are separate. Okay, so here are all the pieces for the sofa. And I'm just amazed that I have to put a sofa together, but I am going to do it. It doesn't really look that hard, but it doesn't look that easy as well. I did put the pillow inserts inside of the cases, and now let's just put it together. Okay, so in the instructions packet, the first thing that I noticed was the return or damage claim instructions. They discourage you from discarding the box in case of a return. It also tells you to take a picture of the markings if in the event that the item, the sofa that is damaged and so forth, okay? And it has full instructions here if you have a sofa that you purchased from them and for some reason it is damaged. And then they have a diagram of the sofa for the instructions with all of the pieces and so forth. So that's the next thing that I'm going to do, is make sure that all of these things are here and included with the sofa. Okay, so I've read the instructions. There are 9 steps to putting this sofa together. I've already checked to make sure all of the parts are here. So let's do it. First, it says to lay one of the chair sides, the arms, on its side, and to take 2 feet and screw it into the bottom. So as you can see, they screw in very, very easily. Okay, so for step 2, it is stating to take the back part of the sofa and insert it into these 2 hooks here. And so that must mean that on the sides here, you see that how they will interlock? And so I just have to get the sofa on its side and make sure that I'm able to line it up and hook it on the hooks accordingly. So how many hooks do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 hooks to align. And so it's a bit challenging to line up the hooks. And so what I'm doing is I'm using something to elevate one side, and then I'm going to elevate this side so I can pair up all of the hooks. Okay, because otherwise it keeps slipping and sliding all over the place. Okay, so aligning one side, which is the right side, was very easy. It aligned very quickly. I didn't have a problem at all. And by the time I got to the left side, I did have a problem. Take a look. So far, so bad. On one end, which is the right side, it pairs up very nicely. I was able to hook all those hooks together that was inside very nicely and very evenly. It didn't take me long at all. But on the other side, it is totally misaligned. Totally misaligned. No matter how many times you try to pair it up, It does not go all the way down, and it does not have a flush fit at all. This is absolutely unacceptable. So after literally shaking it, shaking both sides of it, just trying to do whatever I could, it finally snapped into place or slipped into place. But it really, really was hard doing it. I really had to put a lot of my body weight on this sofa end. And so even though it worked out, eventually it really shouldn't have been that difficult time, especially with the other one being very easy to do. So I'm still a little bit skeptical overall of how this is going to turn out, but I'm trying to stay positive because overall I still like the way it's looking thus far. Okay, so on step 3, it says to put the front bar in. And so I guess that's going to be some support for the cushions. So let's get that inserted. So I'm pretty much just hooking the bar onto these little Allen key screws, but it says not to tighten them. So this should be pretty easy. So I have one side of the sofa with the bars aligned on the Allen key screws properly. Remember, it says not to tighten them, but it wouldn't matter anyway because on the other side, of course, I am having a problem. And so these are not aligning properly. So what I'm going to do is attempt to shake them and shimmy them and see if I can get them to align properly. Okay, so what I did was I had to loosen the screw at the bottom here. Okay, so this one down here was unloosened because they just would not align up. And so I'm not sure why, but it would hook onto the top, but the bottom was not catching. But once I extended it a little bit on both sides, I was able to literally bang, 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 literally like bang, 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 bang the or pound the bar into place, and then I just kind of pounded it down like so with my hands and made it just to line up. However, they are not tightened according to the instructions. That's your weight. So let's move on to step 4. Okay, so according to step 4, this should be a simple thing to do. All I have to do is insert the rail or the support in the center of the sofa frame, to the back of the frame, to the front of the frame. So let's do it. Okay, so the supporting rod was inserted very, very easily, and this is about the only thing that was inserted very easily. It just slipped into the hook here and slipped into the hook here. I just pounded it just to make sure that it's really inside, and that's it. So now we're on to step 5. So on step 5, it shows a diagram, and I figured out that the diagram is, this part is the reverse side of the cushion. Okay, it would help if they had at least written instructions, but I guess they didn't want to invest in having to put them in different languages. But when I looked at it at first, I had no idea what it was talking about until I started to look down and I realized that on the next step, it had where the cushion had this support rod here. And so I figured out that that was this piece here. So all we have to do is just pair this up like so. Let me show you. Put it into focus. Like so, and screw it in. Okay, so step 5 is complete, and this is the support rod for the cushion. All right, and so the diagram here pretty much shows that the cushion is turned right side down or right side up, whereas the support rod will be touching the floor. And on the sides there, it doesn't show on the picture, but there are inserts like hooks. So I'm hoping that I don't have the same problem that I had hooking it together. So let's get this turned over and try to get the sides inserted loop and lock. So here is the loop and locks that I am talking about, and on the sides of the cushion it has the loop or the lock that is supposed to snap in place, and that is on both sides there. So I'm just hoping that it doesn't give me a problem. Okay, so here are my thoughts on this sofa. I have it all put together finally, snapped and locked in place, and I am super pleased with this sofa. I absolutely love, 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 love it. I love the craftsmanship of it. I love the way the arms look, for example. I am considering putting some nail heads in the arms just to dress it up a little bit, but for the most part, I really do love the way this sofa looks, and especially at the fact that this was gifted to me from a special person in life, purchased from SofaMania.com for under $400. You can't understand how grateful and appreciative I am of this sofa, even though it took me about 2 hours to put it together, and even though I was stressing out a little bit because the arms and the loops and the locks would not align up. For the most part, it was worth me just being patient and me being persistent and trying to get this sofa put together properly. Okay, and so this sofa does seat 3 adults, in my opinion, 3 adults comfortably. 3 adults comfortably. It does come with those 2 pillows, and as you can see, I added my own pillows just to give it another feminine touch to it, and just to give it some texture as well. And so the thing that I don't like about this sofa is the height of it. Now, from the floor to the top here is 27 inches high. And so if you take a yardstick or a measuring tape and you measure from the floor to 27 inches high, that's where your arms are going to be resting. Now your rump from the floor to where you are going to be sitting down is 17 inches high, and that is extremely low. And so this sofa more or less looks like, for someone who has a first-time apartment, it actually looks like a child-size sofa, only the fact that it's so dressed up and the color, it wouldn't really be for a child. But this is perfect for a boutique. This is perfect for a sewing studio, a bar, a lounge, a stage. So if you're doing some kind of a show, this is great for staging. Okay, and so I have this in my office consultation room, and so what I'm going to be doing is adding feet. I purchased 4 of these from one of the home super centers. The home super centers, they were $6 each. I have to stain it, and I also did take the dowel out because they do have like a dowel in there, and I did remove the dowel, and I'm just going to add it to the feet here. And I gotta tell you that it's going to add an additional 4 inches to this sofa. All right, and so that's going to make this sofa 31 inches high, and it's going to make the seating rump area at 21 inches high. And so that's going to make it look like a regular or a real adult sofa in an adult space. And so first, let's stain it and let's get it up there, and then I'll come back with my overall final review. Okay, so I've removed all 4 feet off of the sofa, and looking at the sofa feet closer, it has this espresso black glossy finish. And what I'm going to do is I am going to paint the feet that I bought from the home super center. I'm going to paint it with black and brown paint, and then I'm going to put a polyurethane finish over it. I'm going to attempt to match up the color to here. If I am unsuccessful, if it looks terrible, then I'm going to paint both of them white, because this one will be black at that point. I'm going to paint them white with the chalky paint, and I'm going to distress it. This way it will kind of blend and pair together. All right, and so I want to point out that your sofa feet is going to have these floor protectors. You're going to have to remove that because this area is going to pair up with this. So, all right, and so I'm just using a regular black paint here, and I am going to be mixing it with brown paint just to kind of tint the black paint a little bit. And so take this off. I don't have that much brown paint. And so this is just regular craft paint, and I might as well add a little pinch of burgundy. So now that I'm mixing it together, I can see that it is changing the color a bit. I don't know if it's changing it to the point where it will match, but we're gonna see. So at least it's not like a stark pink, it's not like a stark black. Okay, so I'm about to put the feet on. All right, so these are the ones that I got from the Super Center, and I just painted them black, added a coat of polyurethane on it to try to match it with the color here. And so this is the original feet for the sofa. I did take the floor protector off, and what I'm going to do is drill a hole here and then screw it in place like so. But I wanted to show you guys to make sure that it was much more in there secured. All right, let me just put this down so I can get a better grip on it. And so I just want you to see. Okay, so hopefully I put the hole in long enough. We're about to find out. And then after I screw the 2 feet together, I will screw them in on the sofa, and then that'll be it. So yeah, it is in there. Okay, so it's going to look like that. And even though it has that matte finish there, you won't see it once it's on the sofa, especially from the distance. So let's get it on the sofa and then we'll be done. Okay, so here is my final review of my sofa, and I absolutely love it, especially at the fact that it is now an adult size sofa, and it doesn't look like it belongs in a little kid space or on a stage or even in a bar or lounge, just because I added those extended feet. Now, the extended feet was 5 inches, and it was added to the sofa feet that is 4 inches, which gives it 9 inches storage space underneath the sofa now. I absolutely love that. And remember, I had pointed out that it was going to have that matte finish, but you know what, really, it's not noticeable at all. And especially from eye level, if somebody really points that out, then guess what, I don't care. And so I also added some pillows to it. Now, what I did was I did change the pillows out from earlier in the video. I just added some contrasting colors, and I made a little pillow using, now this insert came from one of the comforter sets from years ago. I have plenty of those, and the fabric I used was an excessive fabric that I used on my dress form. Okay, and so I thought that that would give it a nice tied in touch. This sofa came with 2 blank pillows that I am considering monogramming for, and I gotta tell you that here's where the hesitation was. You know, if you are putting monogramming on pillows in your living room, but nobody's going to see them because it's hidden behind another pillow, then you're kind of wasting your life. But the fact that this is not my living room, this is a consultation office, this is where I'm going to see my clients, even though they would be hidden, I can just pull them out and use the monogramming pillows as samples to show my customers my work. But this bolster pillow, is screaming, Kandia, please embroider me. I mean, it is the first thing that you would see when you come into the office. You're going to see the sofa, and this is the first pillow that your eyes are drawn to. So I have to add some kind of embroidery, and I will be doing a DIY tutorial on that as well. Now, the thing about this is that this is not a pillow that I can zip the cover on and off. It is stitched on. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do a DIY, so you can see what the alternative to that would be. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to point out is the storage that I have here, which is this galvanized bucket. This galvanized bucket that I did get from Walmart. I absolutely love it. It's about 2.5 feet wide, and it will allow me to put about 4 pillows inside of this bucket, and I love it. Now, adding some storage underneath here, 2 drawers or baskets, will also provide me with additional storage for pillows, and so I can't wait to do that. But other than that, I really do love this sofa, even though it was very challenging putting it together. I did actually add a post, a support post, and it looks something like this underneath of it, because remember that support rod, the support rod does not touch the floor anymore because I added the extension to the feet, and so it raised it, and so I have a support post underneath. And to be quite frank, this is actually more support and secure and safe than the support that it came with. This sofa was purchased from SofaMania.com. As you saw, it came packed well, and I was very pleased with it. It also came quickly. This sofa was ordered for me on Saturday, and I believe I got it that Tuesday. So once again, I'm very happy there. Didn't have any problems with it being damaged or stained or anything that I saw in the reviews, so I don't have anything negative to say about that, other than the fact that it was extremely challenging putting it together, aligning things up. Other than that, just be patient, be persistent, and you will have a successful result that you will be satisfied with, like I do. That's all I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so and hit that bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos. And you can always come and visit me in the group Embroidery Boss or on Facebook at KandiaHaynesworth.com, as well as Instagram, Pinterest, and KandiaHaynesworth.com, the website. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye!